Nice and quiet.
Good evening. The May 10th, 2023 council meeting of the Long Branch City Council will now come to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dangler?
Here.
Mr. Vieira?
Here.
Dr. Vogt?
Here.
Dr. Selly?
Here.
Mrs. Wittes?
Here. Will everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United
States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The Long Branch Mayor, City Council, and Administration are committed to cultivating an environment of mutual trust and respect that values the diversity of our community. We will strive to enhance the quality of life for all who live here by making Long Branch a desirable place in which to live and prosper. We will treat all members of the public with respect and expect the same in return. Madam Clerk, your certification, please.
I hereby certify that this meeting has been published in the newspaper in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act and posted as required by law.
Thank you. Reading and approval of previous minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes of April 26, 2023,
So
and May
moved.
3rd, 2023 special meeting.
Second. Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Mr. Vieira?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Dr. Selly?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes. Consideration of ordinance, public hearing, and final consideration. An ordinance rescinding designated restricted parking at 10 Wertheim Place. This ordinance was introduced on April 26, 2023, and rescinds a restricted parking space in front of 10 Wertheim Place. I need a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If any member of the public has any comments to make, please come to the podium, state your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once.
To that podium?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mayor. Excuse me. Good evening, Mayor Pallone and council members. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dan Mancini. I live at 35 Sternberger Avenue in West End. It's a U-shaped complex right across from the new synagogue. I'm here to ask for help, okay?
Dan,
Okay.
is this regarding the parking on Wertheim Place?
Not parking on Wertheim. Sternberger then turns into
Oh, okay.
Wertheim.
You're gonna have to wait till the public portion of the meeting. to
Okay, I'm
discuss.
sorry. I
I'll let you
couldn't.
know when it is. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. I need a motion to close.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This is the second reading on ordinance 0-11-23 entitled An Ordinance Rescinding Designated Restricted Parking at 10 Wertheim Place. I need a motion to adopt on second and final reading and advertise according to law.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Mr. Vieira?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Dr. Selly?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes. A capital ordinance appropriating $1 million to pay for major renovations to the Carnegie Library and the development of the Long Branch Health Monitoring and Telecommunications Center in the City of Long Branch and the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey. This ordinance was introduced on April 26, 2023, and appropriates $1 million received from a grant provided by the Federal American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 to pay for major renovations to Carnegie Library and to the development of the Long Branch Health Monitoring and Telecommunications Center. I need a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If any member of the public has any comments to make, please come to the podium, state your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once.
Vincent Lepore, 33 Ocean Terrace, Long Branch. Mr. Martin, since the ordinance doesn't have the breakout, could you please tell us what the breakout is of the $1 million?
$1 million is predominantly for the library. Whatever we don't expend fully on the library, we'll use in the health technology center.
Predominantly, do you have a roundabout figure? So say 750,000, 800,000?
Thinking closer to full million.
Closer to a full million than very little for the health and tech. Is this the complete amount of money for the library from the American Rescue Plan Act?
Is the complete amount from the American Rescue Act?
Yeah, we know that, okay? Is this all they're going to get from the American Rescue Plan Act?
Use it shadow.
I can't answer that for sure. We're currently out to bid and we don't have bids in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lepore. Is there anyone else? I need a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
This is the second reading on ordinance 0-12-23, entitled "A Capital Ordinance Appropriating $1 million to pay for 1, major renovations to the Carnegie Library, and 2, the development of Long Branch Health Monitoring and Telecommunications Center in the city of Long Branch, in the county of Monmouth, the state of New Jersey." I need a motion to adopt on second and final reading and advertise according to law.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Dr. Selly?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes. Ordinances for introduction. This is the first reading of ordinance 0-13-23, entitled "A Calendar Year 2023 Model Ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank." NJSA 40A4-45.14. This ordinance establishes a cap bank, NJS 40A45.1, provides that in the preparation of its annual budget, a municipality shall limit any increase in said budget to 2.5% unless authorized by ordinance to increase it to 3.5% over the previous year's final appropriations, subject to certain exceptions. NJSA 40A 4-45.15a provides that a municipality may, when authorized by ordinance, appropriate the difference between the amount of its actual final appropriation and the 3.5% percentage rate as an exception to its final appropriations in either of the next 2 succeeding years. This ordinance allows for appropriation increases above the 2.5%. I need a motion to introduce on first reading, advertise, and post according to law, and set the public hearing for June.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Dr. Selly?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes. Public participation for resolutions and all general comments. I need a motion to open the public portion of the meeting for all comments.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If there is anyone in the audience that has a comment to make, please step to the podium and state your name and address clearly for the record.
Now.
You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once. Now,
We'll shorten it. Dan Mancini from 35 Sternberger. Right now, we're currently having a parking issue. I represent not only the 22 owners in the complex, but the tenants that are there. Presently, we have 22 on-site parking spaces in the back of the property. You can, on a good day, fit 7 on the street between the no parking signs in front of our complex. Unfortunately, there are individuals in the neighborhood that like to leave their cars parked there for indefinite amounts of time. I've got families in there with children. This, by the way, I'm one of 22 owners. I'm the association president. We have 4 or 5 families in with children who come home and start complaining, where can I park? Multiple families. Right now we have 7 with 2 cars. Since we can't have a spot for them, that second car, they have to park on the street somewhere. When individuals come up the street and park on our street, in the past, if they were there and I noticed it, I would call the police department. I've gone through ordinances 322 and 325 There is nothing that I have seen that says how long you may park your car on a public street without moving it. If it's abandoned, you have ordinances in there to straighten that out. It will be towed. In my 39 years of living there, we've only had one car towed. But the police will come, and if I or someone called and said there's a car been parked here for a long period of time, they usually put a sticker on the car. Trust me, within 2 days, that car's gone. It moves, okay? Back in March, I called the police twice, okay? And this is something I have an issue with. I called the police back. A close friend of mine is Captain Bart. He actually lived in our complex years ago. I should not have to call Captain Bart to find out why a certain car was not, that sticker was not put on the car. My point is this, that car's been there for 47 days, okay? Abandoned, I don't know, do you want to put a time limit on what abandoned is? What I'm asking for is help right now. We have 2 signs right now which have no parking and a yellow line that goes to our driveway. That yellow lines were put in by Officer Scott's father. I'm trying to think of his name. He was the head of the traffic division way back. Those signs say no parking there. I'd like to make a proposal. 2 things. Put parking spaces, mark them on the street, so each individual, they can't move a car for like a foot and then say, I moved my car. Okay, that's what's happening. That happened after I called the police. They moved the car, but 47 days, it finally moved on Friday. Came back Friday afternoon, it's still there right now. That person lives down the street. It's a tough situation because you can't, in my own sense, you want people to be able to park on public streets, but on that one-way street, you have parking only on one side. Now, I just heard something about Wertheim. I don't know, maybe they got an issue, but they have probably a similar issue right around the corner as you go around the bend. The other proposal would be is put a sign, additional sign on those 2 posts that are already there. That sign could say, no parking for X amount of time. That's up to you guys. 48 hours. I have a big Jewish community, all right? And they have to park their cars somewhere from Friday night to Saturday night. So I don't want to...
1 minute warning.
Excuse me?
1 minute warning.
Thank you. I don't want to say 24 hours. I say 48, whatever, 72. I have a print of our survey, which I like to submit, and I'd like to have somebody contact me back and see what we think about an ordinance to do this. Does this sound like an unreasonable thing I'm asking for? Basically marking the street and putting up a limited time for parking on that area. You have them on other streets, I noticed that.
You can give that to me and I'll give you my card, we can talk. I'm right here, sir.
Okay,
And we can-
thank you, I appreciate that.
Just so you know, sometimes with putting those stripes down, you lose parking spots. You're not gonna get the same amount.
I agree with you, but there's other times when if people tuck them in nice, I could get 7 cars in the front, you know what I'm... So I leave that up to the city, whatever the legal dimensions are, I don't know. Thank you both, everyone, for your time, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you. I'll be in touch with you more.
No problem, thanks.
Good evening, Madam Clerk. Vincent Lepore, 33 Ocean Terrace, Long Branch, requesting 1 minute notification. SPCA, we've all heard in the last 48 hours the mishap with the SPCA in Keensburg. It's throughout social media and regular media concerning a neglected dog, proving once again quality local animal control can outperform the Monmouth County SPCA. Which brings us to the promenade, especially north of the hotel, where after May 1st, dogs are on the beach and going around unleashed. after the May 1st enforcement. We need some diligence. We need some animal control diligence there. Finally, the State Veterinary Medical Examiners Board has announced the investigation of Monmouth County SPCA Scott Crawford for the fatal over-tranquilizing of animals. Resolution 126, no vote. Sloppy work again. Clearly, the block and lot designation in tonight's resolutions are incorrect. The resolution needs to be corrected to reference the new block 283.01 lots 1 and 2. If the intention is to lease all of what was formerly block 283 minus lots 8 and 9. The sloppiness that keeps coming out on land use is disgusting. No vote. Resolution 124, the budget introduction. You've been in office for 5 years now, failing to do what people want done. The number one issue people want most addressed, reduction of property taxes. An average of 5% reduction per year for the last 5 years you've been in office was attainable, but you failed to deliver any significant reduction. I am proposing tonight a fusion solution involving several components, the core of which is a hybrid remedy involving both the municipal and the Board of Education that will result in a 25% reduction in property taxes by January 2025. It's called the 25-25 plan and is being templated throughout the state. The plan involves the implementation of school choice via a voucher system, both local dollars and state aid dollars in proportion, following the students as their parents desire, rather than having the State Department of Education, which has now controversially crossed the line, dictate what is to be done. With the voucher system, no student will be left behind, especially those with demonstrated needs. The parents will run the voucher schools, determining the administration, staff, and curriculum they want with the efficient and rapid implementation of advancing AI. By streamlining so, the parents can deliver a cost-effective, performance-based savings that the parents can apply to an immediate refund and reduction of their property taxes. This plan will bring about the necessary tax equity so lacking in this city due to the aggravated municipal granting of developer tax abatements, most notably John Pallone's 30-year Pier Village Phase 3 tax abatement, which prejudiced against non-abated residences throughout the city. The municipal did not act alone with these tax abatements. Discrimination towards taxpayers was also done by the Board of Education by allowing, without opposition, the municipal to proceed with these developer tax abatements, foregoing revenue for the schools. The Board of Education has no one to blame but themselves. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Their wrongs have now come. The Board of Education wrongs have now come full circle, back at them. The 25 plan tonight, based on tax equity and school choice, is only the start. Additionally, the city continues to fail in building the producer revenue side of this municipal economy, which would clearly assist the taxpayers in lowering the debt burden of this municipal government. I've offered my plan. You're taking this resolution back on the introduction of the budget, and you're coming back June 7th with a plan equal to the 25% reduction in property taxes to end junk government.
Faith Teitelbaum, 9 Marshall Court. I'm here representing the Long Branch Green Team Tree Committee. We'd like to thank you for your support of our efforts to have a tree inventory conducted in town. The results will include an urban forest management plan, which will identify sites around the town suitable for more public trees to beautify and create climate resiliency. Upon completion of the tree inventory grant, we hope to apply for a reforestation grant which will help pay for the trees. Thank you again.
Anyone else? Okay, I need a motion to close.
So move.
Second.
I will now ask Madam Clerk if there were any changes to the list of resolutions.
No changes have been made.
Thank you. We can take the listed resolutions as consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Dr. Selly?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes. At this time, Councilman Dangler.
Only thing I have is Mother's Day is on Sunday, and we wish everyone a happy Mother's Day.
Rose? There's an application.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh.
Yeah. I need a motion to appoint the following members of the Long Branch Fire Department. Ryan Sandos, Oceanic, active.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Dr. Selly?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, Mr. Dangler.
Well, I'll say it again. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Councilman Vieira?
Good evening. Thank you for coming. This past Saturday, we had the Disability Fair over behind Brookdale. But I think Motions did an awesome job putting that together, and a big thanks to the Union Firehouse for doing the hot dogs and hamburgers. These firemen were out there cooking hot dogs and hamburgers like there's no tomorrow. They did an awesome job. And happy Mother's Day. Good night.
Thank you. Councilwoman Vogt?
Thank you, Council President. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers that are here and listening to the meeting tonight. A few things. Let me second what Councilman Vieira said in terms of kudos to all of the folks, our friends at Motions, and our people in the administration who helped put on the Disability Resource Fair. It was really very, very well done. So kudos to that whole team. Kudos to Faith in terms of our Environmental Commission and also our Green Team for having conducted a really fun Arbor Day event, which was at our Arts and Education Center. I forget the date, but it was a really nice turnout. It was great seeing the kids there, just enjoying the activities and learning how they can appreciate the environment and trees and everything. It was really a great event. Last is just to any of our nonprofits, just a heads up. We had mentioned previously Impact 100, which offers grants of $100,000 to nonprofit organizations. The deadline for that is this Friday. So it's just it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. You can contact our Economic Development Office, Ricky Thompson, for any more information on it, but consider applying for it. It's a great organization, and they support great causes. So with that, I'm looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. And I just have one thing to say, and you've heard it before. Happy Mother's Day to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Sally. Hey, Mayor Pallone.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to say ditto to all the thank yous that were made today, and I'd like to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. Thank you for coming this evening, and have a great week.
Thank you. And I too would like to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, and thank you for coming this evening, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you again. I need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
See?